Right, I'm in the house, that's where it's going. Hope it fits. Bit tight for space here, but see how it goes. I'm in somebody's house and this is work for me, so I need to crack on, but I'll film as much and show you as much as I can. At least that fits, thank God. If that fits, then everything else should. That's good. Cup of tea time. Right, I've levelled it all around. Floor's pretty flat across the back. I've just put the adjustment on the bottom. The screws that go into the thing are solid, but the ones on the bottom are adjustable, so I can push this backwards and forwards if I wish. These packers at the front here are just loose at the moment, so I can push this frame around a bit if you want. And when it comes to putting the doors on, I might want to pack this up a little bit to get them all straight and in line with each other. I'll put a bit of weight on. At the moment it's reading level. I can't get my 6 foot level in there, but that one says level and that one says level, so to put the units together now. I'm gluing and screwing these together. Some glue on the biscuits there, glue all the way down there and in the holes, in the biscuit holes. I don't really expect the glue to stick to this paint, but that's alright. I've got it sat on battens, that way get my fingers underneath, make sure it's flush, helps to level it up, and I can get my fingers under to lift it up when it comes to it. I'm going to be stapling the back on, gluing and stapling the back on with 20mm narrow crown staples. I need to get this glue together. I need to trim this batten off a bit so that the wardrobe will come over. I've got a bit of squeeze out, but as far as I can tell, none of the staples came through. That's a goodie. So I'll get a damp cloth on this, clean that off, trim that batten off, then it'll all slide over. It should land in the middle of that timber down there, as it did in the shed. So that's one in. I'll get the next one in. The second one's in. I know where the hinges are going, so I'll put a screw behind there on all four. I I've pulled the front of this straight across there. Put a fixing in the bottom here and there. Like I say, this bottom isn't fixed to the floor, so I can lift that up and pack it if I need to. I'm going to fit this end piece first. I need to scribe it to the wall. This has got a slight bow in it, this timber, this board. So I'm going to stand the door up, and I've got to try and get it as close as I can. I'm going to scribe that so that it's a finished cut, but I might end up having to put a little thin bead down there and another bead down there, so we'll see how this one goes, because I'm cutting beech. Might be hard work. I might end up with a bit of a gap. It could get decorator's cork down, but then it'd have to be painted the same as this wall, the cork, or paint the frame. But I've sprayed it all, so I don't really want to be doing that. We'll see. Right, I've set that leg temporarily in place. Just clamped it at the top there, and it's at the right height. Put a domino in, put this bottom rail in just to make sure I've got the right height. And I know that it needs to go back 45mm. The cabinet's straight. I packed and fixed this main unit in place. So I've set my scribers to 45mm, and I'll run down the wall there. You need to keep it horizontal because we're travelling in this direction when this goes on. If you do this, you get an incorrect line. I'm cutting this by hand because it goes all over the place. I'm cutting it back so that this edge pushes up against the wall. There's none of this that gets in the way, and it's easier to plane off that edge if I need to just fit it a little bit with the plane. Cock that up. Forgot which side of the waistline. Just as well I didn't whiz it off like I was going to do. But I've tried to leave the pencil line in so I can plane this rough sawn edge off. Go see how it fits. Right, first impressions, not bad. It's out a bit at the bottom here, but I've left the pencil line in quite strong down here, so plane that off. It looks like it needs to go back a fair bit, better than being too small though. Just lots of planing now. It needs to go back about 3mm. So I'll sharpen my plane, fit that, happy with that. I will when I get some filler in that. Right, finally, that's in. a little mistake down there, you can hardly see it. So I've filled and painted that. I've got a couple of biscuits in just to try it out. But I'm quite happy with that. I can make up the front frame. Got to scribe this end panel there. Hopefully that will go easier. It's just MDF, it should be easier to cut. I've glued together the frame, put all the dominoes and everything in, but then just dry fitted it to the cabinet, hung the doors. To get the alignment right, that still needs to come up just a fraction. There's a bit of allowance in the top, but this one's out. So I can take the cabinet off, put some packers into that bottom corner, and it should shove that leg up. It does mess my scribe up a little bit down there, but it's only 3 or 4 mil. Just means I'll have a little 3 or 4 mil gap on there. And once I'm happy with that, put the frame back on, put the doors back on. Once I'm happy with that, at the moment they touch at the bottom and they touch at the top. That's close. So I can get some fixings in up there. It's already fixed down that leg, so I can fix it up there. It's already screwed to the base, and just the weight of it won't move anywhere. So then I can take all this off again and fit this end panel on there once I know exactly where that is. So if your doors are slightly out of twist, you can pull this leg or push it and it'll pull them in straight. Any other imperfections I can tweak with the adjustment on the hinges. And I've put a fixing right up there, you can't see it. And I'm going to scribe this end panel in. It seems to be just holding itself in place at the moment against the skirting at the bottom there. And I put a screw in at the top there, just a temporary screw. That will get cut out. I've set my scriber to that distance that it needs to go back. Run that down there. I've cut that. I've just put a little blob of glue on each. I don't think it needs a lot. Fits quite well, but the wall kicks in here, and this skirting is a lot fatter than I expected, so this whole unit's 10 mil that way. So that I'll either get decorator's cork or I'll have to put a bead across it. Get the face frame on now. You see how they sit on there now. I'm using this, it's waterproof, fast drying, but I'm using it mainly because it's quite thick, so I can get it all the way around before it starts dribbling, because I've got to do the biscuits on the frame as well. And it swells up a little bit, so I should get good contact between the wood. That was crazy half hour, trying to get that in. all the biscuits in place. But it's looking alright. That gap's a bit annoying, but we'll see about that. And I've got these things, but of course they don't fit. So sticky tape here and there. There's a few screws in the bottom that will get covered by the skirting. At the back, at the top, there's some brackets holding that. Right, everything's on. Doors are on. Shelves are in. Skirting's on. It goes up to there. It goes around there. I'm going to put a bead down there. I need to spray that though, so that'll be in a few days' time. Skirting goes around the bottom. All that's left to do is put the hanging rails on. Meter 85. Put a bit of tape on so you can see your mark. I'm going to go cut these outside with a hacksaw. Decide where you're going to put them. 42, 270. Put one screw in. Put it in so it hangs. You can get the other two screws in. Little grub screws in the way. This pipe that I just cut, it's got a sharp end. I just cut, it's pretty square, try and get it square. The factory cut end is nice and smooth, so I'm going to put that at the other end. I've cut it slightly short so that I can get it in. I'll put that end in there, the same again at this side. Put a screw in. So I've got the smooth end this end, put the cap on, sharp end on the other side, put the sharp end at the other end so that while we're trying to get this in, we don't scratch the wall. We can get one screw in. And we can put the other two in. And there's a little grub screw to go back in. Right, done. Hate fitting carpets, but that's not bad. I've got this bead to do, but that'll be next week. I've got to cut and spray that. Hanging rails are in, and the shelves. That's it.